So let us see the last speed control method, that is slip power recovery method, or it can also be called as cascading control or concatenating control. Okay. Now let us see, here we will be having two types of motors here. One is main induction motor, another is auxiliary induction motor, and we are going to supply the main induction motor, and that should be a slip ring induction motor. Okay, and the slip power, the power from the slip rings of slip ring induction motor will be fed back to our auxiliary induction motor. So this is nothing but we are taking the slip power from slip ring induction motor and feeding it to auxiliary induction motor. That is why it is slip power recovery method. We are recovering the power from main induction motor and feeding it to auxiliary induction motor. Okay, so there are two types of methods here. One is two types of cascading here. One is cumulative cascading. That means the torques developed in two machines will be added up, and another is differential cascading, so that the torques in both the machines will be differential. That means if phase sequence of this is ABC, we are going to change the phase sequence as ACB in the auxiliary induction motor, so that we can make as differential cascading. Okay. Now let us see what is cascading, what is cumulative cascading. Okay. So here we will be having a synchronous speed of 120 F by P. This is for our main induction motor. Okay. So the speed of the induction motor will be ns into 120, ns into 1 minus s. Okay, so I am taking all of them as 1 because it is our first main induction motor. Okay, so NR will be equal to ns, in place of ns I am going to write as 120 F by P into 1 minus s. Okay, this is regarding main induction motor. Okay, what is happening in auxiliary induction motor? That will be equal to ns equal to 120 into, here the frequency of the supply to the auxiliary induction motor will be slip frequency, because the power is fed from the slip rings. The frequency of the supply will be, here frequency of the supply will be rotor frequency, that is nothing but slip frequency SF. That means the frequency here is S times F. Okay, that will be number of poles in the machine. For main it is P1, it is P2 poles. Okay, the number of poles are P1 and P2 on main and auxiliary induction motor. Okay, now the speed of our main auxiliary transformer, I am making it as NA is speed of auxiliary transformer, that is nothing but NS A into 1 minus S2 is slip in the auxiliary transformer. Okay, S1 is slip in the main transformer, S2 is slip in the auxiliary transformer. So NA can be written as NSA. NSA is nothing but this 120 into S times F by S is, here S is S1, by number of poles 2 into 1 minus S2. Okay, so for a cumulative cascading, the torques will be added, and the set speed is equal to main induction motor speed should be equal to our auxiliary induction motor speed in cascading, cumulative cascading. Okay, the speeds of main induction motor and auxiliary induction motor are equal in cumulative cascading, so that our NR and NA can be equalated. Okay, so here NR is speed of our main induction motor. Okay, our NR and NA can be equal to each other. That will become 120 F by P into 1 minus S1 here equal to 120 into S times F1 and S1 times S by P2 into 1 minus S2. Okay, so you can cancel out the common factors here, so that will be, these two will get cancelled. Sorry, this is different, right? P1 is different and P2 is different. Okay, P1 is not equal to P2 here. Number of poles in the main induction motor are not equal to number of poles in the auxiliary induction motor. Okay, so now what we are left with? We are left with 1 minus S1 by P1 equal to S1 into 1 minus S2 whole by P2. Okay, so I am going to write the S1 common, so that 1 by P1 minus S1 by P1 equal to S1 by P2 minus S1 into S2 by P2, S1 into S2 by P2. Okay, if you rearrange this for S1 by P2 plus S1 by P1, okay, minus S1 S2 by P2 equal to 1 by P1. Okay, if you take the S1 as common, that will be equal to 1 by P2 plus 1 by P1 minus 1 S2 by P2 equal to 1 by P1. If you take the LCM, that will be P1 into P2, S1 into, here it will be P1 plus P2 minus P1 S2, okay, equal to 1 by P1. P1 get cancelled here, and S1 will be equal to P2 by P1 plus P2 minus S2 times P1. Here you can see that here this term S2 into P1 is very small, because S value is very small, S2 times P1 will be very small, so that I can neglect this part. So our S1 will be equal to P2 by P1 plus P2. Okay, so this is the slip for cumulative cascading. Okay, so that I can find out the net speed of the set. Speed of the set will be equal to 120 into supply frequency by number of poles into 1 minus S1, that will become n set equal to 120 into F by P1, here it is P1 into S1 minus S1 is P2 by P1 plus P2. Okay, so what will that? Here the n set I am writing it here. So the n set of the speed of the set, the speed of the whole set, this is called set, right? The speed of the set equal to 120 into F by P1 into 1 minus P2 by P1 plus P2. If you can rearrange this, that will become 120 into F by P1 into P1 plus P2 minus P2 by P1 plus P2. Okay, this P1 P2 P2 get cancels, this P2 P2 get cancels. Okay, so you will be left with P1 P1 get cancelled, that will be 120 into F by P1 plus P2. The set speed is after cumulative cascading is n set. The speed of the set is 120 F by P. That means here the number of the set speed in the main speed of the speed of the main induction motor was nf 120 F by P1 earlier. Now it is 120 F by P1 plus P2. That means the speed has been reduced because the number of poles are increased here. The sum of the poles will increase the denominator, so the speed of the motor will reduce. That means cascading, cumulative cascading is below rated control. Okay, here we are getting the less speed compared to our speed of the main induction motor before cumulative cascading. Okay, this is about cumulative cascading. I hope you understand. Now let us try to understand differential cascading. Now let us try to understand differential cascade. So you know that we are going to apply 3-phase AC supply to our 3-phase induction motor, which is main induction motor, that is slip ring type induction motor, and the slip power generated from this slip ring induction motor will be fed to auxiliary induction motor, which can be a squirrel cage or slip ring induction motor. Okay, the number of poles on main induction motor is P1 and auxiliary induction motor P2, and P1 is not equal to P2. Okay, now let us try to understand differential cascading. Differential cascading nothing but the speeds of the main and auxiliary induction motors are opposite to each other. That means the speed of the main induction motor is Nm. This will be opposite to my speed of the auxiliary induction motor. Okay, so we know that the speed of the main induction motor is 120 into F by P1 into 1 minus S1 equal to, here the speed of the auxiliary induction motor will be S times F by number of poles are P2 into 1 minus S2. So this is what we have derived in the earlier cumulative cascading. Now let us try to understand the concepts here. So here for cumulative cascading, this is negative here. Okay, this is negative. Okay. So the expression will become 120F will get cancelled, that will be 1 by S1 by P1 minus S times F is cancelled 1 minus S2, this is S1 right, by P2. If you can rearrange this, that the S1 value will become P2 by P2 minus P1. So if you can rearrange this, this is the value of our slip of our main induction motor. Okay, now let us try to find the speed of our set. The set speed will be equal to 120 into F by P1 into 1 minus S1. This was the set speed. Now that will become 120 into F by P1. In place of S1, I am going to replace it with P2 by P2 minus P1. Okay, that will be equal to 120 into F by P1 into P2 minus P1 minus P2 by P2. Okay. So that will be equal to this P1 get cancelled, I think, P2 minus P1. Okay, so that will be equal to the speed of the set will be equal to 120 into F by P1 difference P2. Okay, this is the speed of set for differential cascading. Differential cascading, this is the speed of set. That means the number of poles are reducing here because it is subtracting. That means number of poles are subtracting, P1 minus P2. That means the value will be less. Okay, so that if the value is less, the speed of the set will be increased. Here this is above rated control, above rated speed control. Cumulative cascading was below rated speed control. Differential cascading is above rated speed control. Okay, this is observation. So this is about our speed controls of induction motor. I hope you understand. Okay, if time permits, I am going to do some problems on the speed controls so that you can understand the concept better. Okay, now let us try to understand power flow in cascading set. So what is the power flow right from supply to our auxiliary induction motor? Let us see. So here PGM is rotor power input to our main induction motor. Here the rotor power input to main induction motor is PGM. Okay, so we know that the mechanical power developed in main induction motor can be equal to 1 minus S times PGM. We know that the rotor equivalent of the mechanical equivalent of electrical power in our induction motor is 1 minus S times PGM. PGM is nothing but air gap power. Here it is rotor power input. Okay, so this is mechanical power developed in the main induction motor. Now let us see what is the electrical power recovered from the main induction motor. The recovered electrical power will be S times PGM. This is recovered from the rotor. Okay, S times PGM is electrical power recovered from the rotor of our main induction motor. Okay, this electrical power recovered from main induction motor will be fed to our input. This will be fed to our auxiliary motor as input. Okay, the electrical power input to auxiliary induction motor is S1 times PGM, which is the electrical power recovered from main induction motor. So this recovered power will be supplied to our auxiliary induction motor. Now let us see the ratio between mechanical power developed in main induction motor is to electrical power input to auxiliary induction motor. That will be 1 minus S into PGM is to S1 into PGM. That will become 1 minus S1 into 1 minus S1 is to S1. Okay, in cumulative cascading, we know that S1 is P2 by P1, P2 by P1 plus P2. In cumulative cascading, the value of slip for main induction motor is P2 by P1 plus P2. So let us substitute the S1 value in this expression. That will become 1 minus P2 by P1 plus P2 equal to P2 by P1 plus P2. So that if you can cancel out, the ratio of mechanical power developed in main induction motor is to electrical power supplied to auxiliary induction motor will be equal to P1 is to P2. And mechanical power developed, and this is mechanical power developed in main induction motor, which is PGM into P1 by P1 plus P2. And what is the electrical power recovered from main induction motor? Electrical power recovered from main induction motor is PGM into P2 by P1 plus P2. From this ratio, I can write it as PGM into P1 by P1 plus P2, and electrical power recovered from main induction motor, which is to be supplied to auxiliary induction motor, is PGM into P2 by P1 plus P2. Okay. if you can neglect the losses, the mechanical power developed in main induction motor and the mechanical power developed in auxiliary induction motor will be in the ratio of P1 is to P2. Okay, if you neglect the losses. So that is about power flow of cascading set. So with this I am going to conclude the concept of speed control of induction motor. In the next class we will be dealing with another concept.